We all talk about how lucky we are to come to work and be with everyone every day, in addition to working with the artists, which is really exciting. And giving students that opportunity to work in a professional fine art printmaking studio is pretty special.
Myszka, Sona, I'm so glad you're coming to Baltimore with Tandem Press. Tell us about the press and what you're excited to be bringing with you.
Yeah, thank you for having us and putting the fair together. It's been a couple of years since we have been to Baltimore, so we're looking forward to being back in the area. But yeah, Tandem Press has been around since 1987, and over the past 35 years, we've worked with over 100 artists. So a wide range of imagery, content, style, everything, and also a wide range of printmaking methods. So the nuts and bolts of it is that we bring artists into our studio. They stay for about a week or two at a time and work with our 3 collaborative printmakers on staff to create fine art editions. We also do the production of the editions and operate as a gallery to show and market the work. So we have a gallery in our building at Tandem Press in Madison, Wisconsin. But we, travel to fairs like Baltimore and New York, Miami, Chicago, all over the place to show the work off. And we're also part of the University of Wisconsin. It's a very important thing to mention. So we are affiliated with the art department, and we have grad students from the printmaking area that come and work in the studio to assist the printers and the artists. And we also this year have a grad student assisting Sona and I in the curatorial part. So the students really get an amazing educational opportunity to see how this type of business works. They get some insight into the art market. They get to see, how various different artists use the printmaking techniques in wildly different ways. And so it's really a really special opportunity for them.
I had a chance to talk to the 3 master printers when I was out in Madison for the SGCI conference, and they seem to be seamless, the 3 of them together.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a great team for sure.
Yeah.
I was just amazed by it, and just the idea that the press is, not only producing these things, but you guys as the curators get to do the writing and the selling, but you also get to work with the artists and the students. Like, it's kind of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's a very small staff, but it's very tight knit. We all talk about how lucky we are to come to work and be with everyone every day, in addition to working with the artists, which is really exciting. And giving the students that opportunity to work in a professional fine art printmaking studio is pretty special.
Yeah, working with the students at the museum was one of the best parts of my job, for sure. That and running the print fair. Because, the print people are the nicest people on the planet, right?
Of course. Yeah.
I wanted to, with everybody I'm talking to, I just wanted people to tell the listeners, if they're an artist and they're interested in working with Tandem, how do they go about it? Or can they?
So we have an artistic advisory committee that meets once a year to select the artists that come to work with us. So we don't have an official application process or anything like that. It's we reach out to artists we're interested in working with. People are welcome to send us materials and information, and we'll keep it on hand for those meetings. Typically, the meetings happen once a year, once every 2 years. COVID has kind of thrown that into that schedule into disarray. It's made up of people here at Tandem, and then people on our board, as well as people in the art department on campus. So it's kind of a group of varying, I don't know what you would say,
people that are interested in print in different capacities.
Yes.
The faculty on campus are looking at people making prints in very different venues than what we may be seeing. When we go to fairs, we walk around and look at artists that are typically not making prints and think about how their work may translate into print. Most of the artists that we invite to Tandem, we do meet through some sort of connection, whether another artist introduces us or we see their work at a place and we just go up and bother them a little bit and fangirl over their work a little bit. But yeah, it's always nicer to have some sort of human connection and talk to the artist and get to know them at least a little bit before we do a formal invitation to come make work at Tandem.
Well, yeah, it's important to believe in the work so that when you're selling it, you can stand behind it. But also, working with people you get along with is kind of important too, right?
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're very lucky. All the artists that we work with are amazing people. They're all great to work with, and we love having them in the studio.
Yeah.
So how long have you each been there?
About 6 years.
Yeah.
Did you all get there at the same time?
We did. We started within a week of each other, I think, technically.
Yeah. So yeah, Sona and I have been working very closely together since the beginning. We took over from two really great curators that were part of Tandem before us and kept a lot of things that they did, but we also spent a lot of time just thinking about the organization in a new way and looking at how the market has been changing and making adjustments to kind of align with things that are changing.
Especially online aspect of sales has changed a lot since we came into the position. That's definitely something that we've sort of focused on. Social media as well, of course, is a new way to sort of market and do our outreach.
Yeah, who does the social marketing? I've been watching Judy Pfaff in the studio this week, and I'm like, oh, who's on the ball? Someone's got to do it.
Yep.
So do you have an idea and a plan for what you're bringing to Baltimore?
We do. Looking just past my screen to our little mock-up behind you. We're bringing a lot of new work, but then a couple old favorites. So speaking of Judy Pfaff, we have a piece from her Year of the Dog series, which a lot of people are familiar with, and it's a series that is very collage-based, and all these pieces are printed and cut out and layered over each other, and it's a very sculptural series of work, and so it's something that's you got to see in person. Images don't do justice for any artwork, but especially for Judy Pfaff's work. And then we have another piece by her from 2000 that's it's untitled, and the title is like Target Garden. No one ever knows what it means, but it's a really cool shape. It's got 3 stepped kind of sections to it, really saturated, vivid green. And so there's actual plants that are adhered to the paper after it's been printed, and there's lots of dye that's hand painted on it. So her work is definitely a showstopper.
Yeah. Newer work by artists we've been working with that we'll be bringing. We've got new work by Jeffrey Gibson and Allison Sarr, as well as Robert Kelly. Because we haven't been to Baltimore, in a couple of years, we're excited. We have a lot of new stuff to bring with us to show everybody there. So it's
been 5 years since the last fair at the museum. So it's been my long-term plan to get it all back together, and here we are. I cannot believe we're about to do this thing.
Yeah, we're excited.
I know, me too.
Space, and you see all of our friends again, and it'll be
it's I have to work on your vegetarian plan for dinner, but other than that, it'll all be good. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I think the space that we found is this, it's this crazy old warehouse that, in my mind, like the continuity circle of it having been built by a man who was a major donor to the museum just sort of brings everything full circle in a really great way. But the space itself is, nitty gritty, cool, industrial, and I think it's really gonna become kind of one of the character plays in the fair. It'll be one of its identifying things.
Yeah, looks really cool from the photos that we've seen on the website. So we're excited.
Well, thank you so much, you two. We'll see you in Baltimore. Okay.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks.